morning, good afternoon, good evening to all you beautiful men and women around the world. Today, you're tuned into Network King with your host, Basil Artist. Guys, today I did a special interview with one of my brothers, Brian Abarca. He's a 29-year-old entrepreneurial king all the way from New Jersey. Today in this interview, we talk about his ATM business, his fitness brand, as well as his mastermind that he's dropping, guys. In this interview, you'll get glimpses of how to be disciplined, how to be focused, but also how to be flashy and have fun. With no further ado, guys, Brian Abarca. Yo, guys, how y'all doing today? Today we have a special guest, Brian Abarca. Thank you for coming, brother.
Basil, it's a pleasure doing anything for you, man. Pause. Listen, you've done a lot for me, man, and I'm just paying back my dues.
Man, I got a lot from you. I got like a whole bunch of wisdom, bro. All this old age that you got. Nah, you're not old. My bad, brother.
I'm only 29. I'm only 29, bro. Only 29.
Okay, for the viewers that don't know you, can we get your name, age, and what you do for a living, brother?
Of course, man. So, guys, how you doing? My name is Brian Abarca. I'm from New Jersey. I fly down here every single time I do an episode for Basil's podcast, by the way, which is a phenomenal podcast. I am a business owner. I own a fitness business, both in-person training in a gym and also online coaching. I also own an ATM business. I have more than 10 ATMs across New Jersey and New York City. So make sure you're using the ATMs. And I also have a podcast, bro. So my podcast, I only utilize it just for networking purposes. Have some women come on, have some entrepreneurs, man and woman come on, and I also have some top G's come on, share their knowledge, their humble beginnings, and I like to pick their brains about different aspects in life. And I also technically, I don't want to brag, but you know, I just did a fight last month. Technically, I got paid for it, so that would consider me a fighter.
Yeah,
right?
you're a fighter now.
Technically
it was
a fighter.
Professional or an amateur fight?
No, I'm an amateur fight, but I got paid.
You got paid for an amateur fight?
I got paid for an
amateur
amateur
fight,
damn.
Bro.
Yeah,
See, Brian got
my
that
skills
big
were
clout.
there, bro.
Everyone in New Jersey know him.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, man. I mean, everybody in New Jersey know me as the booty doctor, as a trainer, and as a fighter, they know me as El Tiburon.
How do you say that? El Tiburon? How do I?
El T Ron.
Ron.
That means a shark in Spanish.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got that from my grandfather. I got that from my grandfather, bro.
What did your grandfather do that he got that name?
So my grandfather, he unfortunately is not with us anymore. He passed away during COVID at 96 years old. Unfortunately, he died by himself in the hospital. Very lonely, very dreadful. However, putting some positive light into him, he was an entrepreneur back in Peru. He got the name El Tiburon by being a professional wrestler in Peru. So think about like WWF, but like in Spanish. So he was doing the professional wrestling in
So he's doing that like, damn, what is it called in
Peru?
Like in Mexico, what do they call it? Nacho
Lucha
Libre? I said nacho.
Yo, that's the movie with Jack Black, but yeah, it was basically Nacho Libre.
It's called what?
Lucha Libre.
Yo, damn, they're gonna clown me for saying that. Lucha Libre. Okay,
yeah, so my old man, he wasn't Jack Black, but he was fit, bro. he was good. So yeah, man. So he did that. You know, he owned the store. He was very known in his community as a giver for all the homeless and things like that. So he was a legend, bro. He was an entrepreneur there. And whenever I go down there, yeah, they know me as the grandchild there, because he basically raised me back in Peru along with my grandmother.
Yeah, you. I feel like you and me had this conversation before that you were raised there for 9 years.
No, bro. So I was born here in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
However, I was raised in Peru until I was 5 years old.
Okay.
And then up until 5, I was sent back to the United States just to start pre-K, kindergarten, etc. So actually my first language was actually Spanish. But yeah, you know, like my mother, she was a single mom. You know, she had my sister, then she had me. We have different fathers, and since she was a single mom, she had to do, you know, more than 2 or 3 jobs like any single mom does in 2023. And I was raised by my grandparents. My grandparents raised me until I was 4 or 5 years old.
Okay. So out of all your businesses, which one is your favorite?
Obviously my fitness. My fitness business is my favorite because I get to leave a mark in the world. You know, so my goal in my business is to have each client become independent from me. So I want to educate them as much as I can, share my knowledge so that one day they could be like, you know what, I graduated the Booty Doctor Academy and now I could carry on for myself. So nothing makes me prouder than when I end up stumbling in the gym and I see a previous client that I used to train 3 or 5 years ago, and they're doing their thing. They're like, oh my God, Brian, what's going on? So like we end up catching up, and it's the coolest thing. So what's great is just that I end up helping them become independent. They end up carrying the knowledge that I taught them, and they hopefully end up just, you know, staying fit, keeping the booty I gave them. You know, most of my clients are women. Some are men. I train boxing as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it, bro.
How did you get into that? For someone that's maybe watching that wants to get into that industry also.
Yeah, that's a good question, Basil. So just like any origin story for any man, start with a broken heart, bro.
Like, broke your heart?
Yo, some bitch broke my heart.
Fuck that bitch, stupid bitch.
So listen, I've never said her name. I'm not gonna say her last name because I'm not gonna.
Don't do it like that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say her last name, but her name was Ashley. Okay, and this is the Brandy's talking. This is not me. Anyway, so Ashley.
Do some research now, man.
Yeah, Ashley. She broke my heart. Listen, I loved her to death. I lost my virginity to her back in high school.
Whoa.
It was one of those, bro.
Hold on, let me ask you a question. Did you cheat on her?
I probably did. Low key, I probably did. But that's not the reason why we broke up. The reason why we broke up, it was so insignificant. I don't even remember why. I think we had an argument about, I don't know, me getting caught in her closet by her mother after we fucked. But that's a different story. That's a funny story.
Wait. No, we can't just run. We can't just run past that. What happened?
All right, so I would always clap cheeks at her house.
Yeah, okay? Word.
So me as a committed boyfriend, I will take the New Jersey Transit to Lyndhurst, which is 20 minutes away from Clifton, which is decently far away from my house. I will take the bus. I will pay $5 for pussy. Go there, fuck her a few rounds because I was young. And then
you gotta get your $5 worth.
Yeah, bro, that ass, bro. And then I would come back like around 12 a.m. before all the buses end up, you know, stop running. But there was this one day where we ended up skipping. Did we skip school? I think we ended up skipping school. I ended up coming over. We clapped cheeks, you know. It was great. It was one of those where, you know, the girls just fresh out of the shower, you know, just clean.
You gotta stop saying we clap cheeks. You clap cheeks.
Oh, you're right. That was my bad. It's the Brandy talking. So I'm clapping cheeks. So I bust a few nuts because I go for a few rounds, ladies. And you know what's crazy? I end up going to the bathroom. And for some reason, I think I ended up taking a shower after the 3rd or 4th round. I don't remember. And I take off my necklace that my grandmother gives me, and I put it on the bathroom sink. I go upstairs. We go for a 5th round because I'm a fucking G. And then all of a sudden, we hear the door open up from downstairs. And we're like, all right, it's a typical fucking weekday. It's 3 p.m. They'll come up. I'll probably just like hop off the window, jump off the roof. Like literally, regularly, I would always do that.
Just jump off a roof?
Yeah, they call me fucking Spider-Man. So
How many
like,
stories was it?
it was a 2-story. It was nothing. Like my niece could take it. I was a soccer player.
2 stories.
Yeah,
That's light, right?
Yeah, it's light work. So I would literally just hop off like each roof from her building and then just like land on the floor and then just bounce, take the bus, because I was brokey. So long story short, I'm assuming that the mom sees my chain, and for some reason she just assumes that there's some nigga just clapping her daughter's cheeks, which was true, but like I don't know how the fuck she knew. You know, like maybe she lived through that back in the day.
It's the woman intuition.
Bro, she went upstairs. She starts like literally pounding the door. And this bitch, Ashley, she's sucking my dick because I'm ready for round 6 because I'm a fucking G.
Real shit.
She's literally like sucking my dick and she's like, oh shit. Hold on, mom. Like, how do you fucking say hold on? When she's literally, and her mom is like screaming like, who's in there? Bah, 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 bah. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, bitch, give me my dick. So I grabbed my dick. I literally hopped into the fucking closet.
Yeah.
And her closet was pretty deep. It's like a walk-in closet, pause. And my feet were like sticking out like the doorway.
Wait, side note, how old were y'all?
Shit, I was maybe like 16. This is the first story. This is the first time I ever shared this story. It was crazy. So I'm seeing, because of the crack of the door, I'm seeing her open the door. So I see Ashley open the door. Her mom is literally swinging. Yo, she literally slips like a fucking G, like a Mayweather. And then she rolls, and then she just sprints down the stairs, and she leaves me with her fucking mom in the second floor. I'm like, fuck.
Oh, her mom didn't even chase her or nothing.
Nah.
She started searching.
Yo, she starts searching. She's looking around. She's having an asthma attack. I see her. I feel her breathing. And I'm like, fuck me. My feet are sticking out. God damn. She opens the door. She's like, get the fuck up. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, so, the closet's like the most likely place to
I know. But like, there was no room under the bed. There was no room under the mirror, like behind the mirror, whatever. So I get up. You know, I'm like a fucking 15-year-old kid. Yo, bro, I'm 120. I'm Peruvian, so I have a big ass head. You know, she grabs me by the fucking shirt, and she's like, if I see you anywhere by my daughter or inside my house again, I will fucking kill you. Do you understand me? And I was like, yes, ma'am. She lets me go. She's like, get the fuck out of my house. I was like, god damn, sorry. So I put my pants up because my boxers were up and my pants were down. So I end up going down the stairs. Her stepfather was there by the door. I'm like, señor, ¿cómo estás? He ignores me. So I end up leaving. Yeah, he doesn't. And then Ashley's like on her phone with her sister, I guess. She's like, hey, you know, my mom's about to go crazy. She ignores me. I'm like, all right, fuck this bitch. She's just trying to survive. I don't blame her.
Wait, do you get your necklace back?
Huh?
You got your necklace back though, right?
I don't think so.
Damn, you never got it back from your grandma?
I don't remember.
Nah, I would have raised hell. I'm like,
yeah, I don't think so.
I need that shit back.
I don't think so. It was silver. It wasn't gold. You know, I don't know. Whatever. So I ended up taking the bus and I ended up going home, and that was just downhill from the relationship, man. And then ever since then, bro, I was heartbroken. You know, just to answer your question, how I got into fitness, I was heartbroken because she ended up breaking up with me. Because there was that situation with her mom and there was no long-term relationship, etc. But she was probably sucking dick, you know, because this is what women do. They end up planning already who's the next guy before the breakup.
Facts.
That's some fucking
100%
sauce.
facts.
That's some fucking sauce. So she was already planning on fucking moving on, so it was no big deal. And what confirmed it was that, and why I was fucking like in this mental space was, we broke up. And I'm seeing her hooking up with some football players right in front of me. I'm like, this bitch. And during that time, my grandfather who raised me, he was diagnosed with prostate cancer. So I literally personally had to drive him to chemotherapy every day and just see him go through hell. Because if you don't know, Basil, cancer for prostate is the most painful thing for a man. They literally put tubes up your urethra, which is the hole of your dick.
Do they numb it? It probably doesn't even do shit.
I don't know. I don't think so. But bro, it looked painful. My man was, anyways, he beat cancer twice, and then he beat other shit. And what got him was the vid. I don't know if I could say the beer word.
Yeah.
But he got him. They got him with the vid. Anyways, so I was in a depressed state, and one of my buddies, he had a guest privilege to gyms, and he brought me along, and I fell in love with the stress relief of working out. And at that time, I was a senior in high school. I didn't know what to major on in college. So I figured, you know what? I'm researching in bodybuilding.com how to work out. I'm falling in love with the stress relief. I'm interested in bodybuilding and working out, etc. Why not major in exercise physiology? So I ended up going to school, going to college for exercise physiology. I graduated from there. And ever since then, man, I utilized that associate's degree and then that bachelor's degree for a job as a personal trainer in commercial gyms. And I leveraged my degree for higher pay.
Would you now tell someone that wants to do what you're doing to go to college and pursue the careers you did or the majors you did?
That's a good question, man.
Or should they just grab your mastermind?
Probably not, man. And I like that plug-in with the mastermind. So my mastermind that's going to be released within the next 4 weeks is all about trainers who are at a commercial gym or who want to become a trainer and do not know where to start. How to get liquid capital of minimum $5,000 to $10,000 from a bank, starting your own company, becoming independent, not having a boss, doing whatever the hell you want with the $5,000, $10,000 minimum, then eventually getting bank liquid capital of $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 like I did, and now having a 6-figure personal training business like I do, whether in person or online coaching. That's what my mastermind is. However, to answer your question, I do not, at this point, because I went to school, I'm an old man, I'm 29. I would not recommend going to college for exercise physiology because you don't need a degree to become a personal trainer. However, it helped me because at that time, we didn't have that much social media exposure on Instagram and on Facebook. We had MySpace at the time and barely Facebook, you know, and everything was word of mouth. Everything was in person. But now I would say get a certification for personal training. From there, I would even go on top of that and apply to a commercial gym, build a network, build a community, build clientele, and then from there, leave that commercial place, rent your own, purchase my mastermind. That way, you get the liquid capital to pay your rent, to pay your cost of living, to end up giving the highest quality service to your clients so that you can even end up charging more than $100 per session like I do. And then from there, just, you know, create your 6-figure business, man.
Light work. I'm telling y'all, get his mastermind. We talked off camera. What he has in the mastermind will change your life if you dedicate it yourself and actually implement everything that's in there. And he makes it simple for even, you know, the stupidest fucking person. You cannot fuck it up if you take his mastermind.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy, man. Like not even many entrepreneurs know how to start their own business. Number one, start utilizing and hacking bank loans, credit, leveraging credit so that they can utilize that liquid capital to invest in yourself and or your business so that you could start making money on top of the money that you just end up getting from the bank. Like, it's insane. You could do all that by just following my mastermind and just, you know, just stay tuned for the announcement. Okay, you could follow me on Abarca.fitness. That's ABARCA.fitness. But no, we're not saying goodbye. I'm just giving you my plug-in. Okay. And then you could also follow my personal page, the Brian Abarca, which is a little bit more of my lifestyle, my you know, my fighting lifestyle, my car lifestyle.
Ooh, talking about that, you just got a Aston Martin Vanquish, correct?
I did, man. It's my first supercar. You know, this car is $250,000, man.
Shit.
You know, and it's not one of those
Hold on. You
I'm
gotta
not-
say that again. How much?
It's a quarter of, like, dude, I'm telling you, it's more than $250,000. It's a little over. I'm not gonna say it's $250,000. It's a little over $250,000. But I'm driving a car that's a little over $250,000 as a personal trainer, in which I am trying to share and pass down my knowledge in hacking, in-person, and online coaching training. If you want to become a personal trainer and have your first supercar, a man or a woman, you know, you got to hit me up. But
No,
yeah,
for sure.
I got the Aston Martin. You know, it's
What
a
made
beautiful
you
car.
choose Aston Martin and not anything else?
You know, Basil, that's a good question. So I chose the Aston Martin because, shout out to Exotic Car Hacks. I was speaking to PJ. He actually resides in Miami. And he was telling me, what's your goal in purchasing your first supercar? I was like, PJ, I want to network with higher set individuals. You know, I'm tired of networking with people at my level. I want to learn from more people. And he was like, bro, I know you want the R8, but you're only going to impress little teenagers. I know you want a Mercedes GT, but you're only going to impress the doctors. What you need is a car that's going to impress the millionaires and the billionaires. And that is a Mercedes AMG S63 or an Aston Martin Vanquish. And obviously it's based on, you know, my credit, my budget, etc. You know, my budget was only six figures. You know, it's play money for me.
Yeah, only, and it's play money for you.
Only six figures.
I
only wanted to invest six figures just for networking purposes because I was bored with the money. I didn't know what to do with it, bro.
Yeah.
You know what? What am I gonna do? I'm gonna go to Vegas and just
Fuck
no. I'm gonna get a supercar, and I want to rub shoulders with higher set individuals so I could learn more, so I could become a multimillionaire and then a billionaire.
You know, I always hear a lot of people saying a car is a liability, but if you utilize the car in the right ways, it can be an asset.
Yo, facts, bro. And Basil, I mean, I'm sure you could probably go more into detail with it because you're more educated in exotic cars and supercars than me. But to my knowledge, depending on the specs on the vehicle, the year on the vehicle, and the mileage on the vehicle, you can actually utilize that as an asset, flip it like an asset, flex as an asset, then end up selling it and then utilizing that same credit to get a better vehicle from there.
Facts. You're not lying. Yo, just buying the car, first of all, depreciation. So we're writing that off. We're getting all that back. Yo, then it's the craziest thing. I'm just going to give one example. You going to a business meeting, they're going to automatically take you serious. That's instant credibility because you pull up in that type of car.
Exactly.
They're going to look at who the fuck is this guy and how does he have that? So then when you start telling them your story, you tell them what type of individual you are. You know how they confirm what you're saying? Yo, your car, what you just pulled up in, they're like, yo, that's instant credibility.
Exactly. And you know what's crazy? Just the other day, because my next step is obviously my mastermind, and I want to release that out, and I'm working on that right now. But is literally end up getting into owning multiple real estate locations, right? Investments. And ironically, I'm coming out of the gym, and a guy literally just breaks his neck looking at my Aston Martin, you know, carbon fiber Vanquish.
Jeez, that shit's sexy, bro.
And he's like, yo, bro, like, I like your car, bro. And then, ironically, he's a real estate investor. And all of a sudden, bro, he comes up to my door. I don't have to get out of my car. And he's literally... Listen, between men, when we end up having conversation, you could tell when a man is really trying to impress another man. I didn't even ask him what he does, and all of a sudden, I end up getting a whole fucking resume of like, listen, I own this, I own that, blah, 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 da, 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 all this bullshit. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm actually looking into getting into real estate, man. So all of a sudden, I end up getting a connection right there, right out of the gym. Why? Because of my fucking car. I didn't have to do shit. I didn't have to bump into this man. I didn't have to say hi. I didn't have to honk. You know, so as a man, if you own specific assets that can really impress another individual, you can really connect with that person. And obviously, if you could communicate well, then, you know, you're golden, bro.
Yo, communication is huge, 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 huge. What do you think puts you on that level of communication and being able to network with these type of individuals? Because yes, you might be able to get them to come up to you, but what is keeping them staying? Like, oh, that's Brian. That, like, they're gonna remember you for this.
Oh shit, man. That's Basil. That's a good question, man. You might just stomp me. You know, being genuine, I think that's one thing, because it's very easy to become starstruck after you hear their resume, after they share what they do, and then all of a sudden these type of individuals can sniff and smell bullshit. So all of a sudden, if you're trying to flex on top of them, you don't want that. You know, you don't want to do that. You want to be genuine. You're just like, oh yeah, you know, like, I own XYZ. I own XYZ business. I do this. I do that. But yeah, but the whole hack when you end up networking with someone at your level or even higher than you is to ask questions and make them feel important. Why? So that they can continue sharing their story and you can learn from them, number one. And number two, what person does not like to talk about themselves? Like that. This is why I'm in this interview. Basil, you asked me, yo, Brian, like, I need you to talk about yourself, you know, and like, I'm not gonna be like, oh God, okay. I'm like, yeah, sure, bro. Like, this is fucking clicks for me. Like, no problem. I love to share my story. You know what I'm saying? Like, so any higher end individual would love to share stories and love to pass down knowledge, so that it's just like this, like,
it's like a gratification.
It's a gratification. It's like this masculine orgasm when, like, pause, another man ends up just saying, yo, bro, I end up learning from Brian Abarca because he quoted XYZ, or he said XYZ, or he told me to do XYZ and I did XYZ. I'm like, I fucking did tell him that. You know what I'm saying? Like, all we want to do is just,
you want to get your,
we want to pass down knowledge and wisdom and experience. You know what I'm saying? That's what we want to do as men. You know, so I mean, like, that's, at the end of the day, that's what we want to do. So when you end up communicating and networking with higher set individuals, that's what you want to do. You want to end up kind of just like putting the focal point on them, especially if, I'm gonna give you some more sauce, if there's multiple individuals inside this realm or this meeting, you want to put them on a pedestal. It's not kissing ass, guys, but it's, you know, for example, just a few minutes ago, we were talking with 6 or 7 other guys here. And obviously Basil was being humble, but I ended up putting Basil on a pedestal. I was like, yo, bro, I would not be where I'm at right now without Basil, which is literally facts. I don't have to share that with anyone, but I had to share it so that his status could go up, so that when all these other individuals end up talking to him, they're looking at him up, and then he's sharing his experience and his knowledge. And then nonchalantly, what happens, Basil? One of my friends end up asking you questions, and all of a sudden, I end up ironically just getting you $13,000 as by what? Just a fucking referral?
Nah, he did.
By literally just fucking talking you up, bro. That's literally what I just gave him.
He did. He basically gave me.
I literally just gave him $13,000 by what? Just talking him up. Yo, this guy's a G.
He had to say one sentence. Gave me $13,000.
Yo, that's literally what you have to do. That's literally what, dude. I'm not, bro. I didn't even set that shit up. Like, I was, I literally said what I said. All of a sudden, one of my boys was just like, "Yo, bro, hedge funds, XYZ, da da da, blah blah blah." Oh yeah, you know what? For as a referral, here's $13,000. Connect me with your boy. Boom. I literally just gave my man $13,000.
Simple. That's all it is. I think in this generation, a lot of people lack the knowledge to articulate themselves and be able to build a connection with these type of individuals. I think now that social media, our cell phones, internet is a thing. People are scared to even have conversations with other individuals. I've seen one of my boys actually have a networking course teaching people how to speak to someone. Everyone wants to do this, find a way to simplify a problem online. They don't want to talk to someone. So I think now we're at a point, if you know how to talk and speak and have a articulate conversation with someone, you're gonna put yourself on a pedestal above everyone else. Would you agree to that?
Yeah, man, I would completely agree to that. And I would even add another layer and say that if you don't communicate well enough, not only with the same sex, but even the other sex, you're never going to succeed in life, especially now, man. Because nowadays, everything's digital. Everything is through social media. Yeah, you could say what you gotta say with your DM. Say, hey, where you're from. Hey, gorgeous, blah, 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 whatever. But literally, if you get lucky and you end up going on a first date with this woman, and then you can't even fucking speak properly, clearly, and even be direct and say, listen, I want to fuck you. Not like this, but as a gentleman. Like, you're never going to close deals, number one. Number two, you're never going to close deals in sales at any type of business. And then number three, you're never going to network with other higher set individuals because you cannot communicate. So communication is extremely important. Read the room. Make sure you adapt to your different surroundings. Listen, I'm Brian right now, and I'm not being fake, but I'm adapting to my environment. I'm Brian right now. However, if I end up going to, let's say, a get-together, a lounge with a bunch of Caucasians, I'm going to start behaving like a white boy because I am adapting to my environment.
Yes.
I'm going to start speaking properly. I'm not going to speak like I'm from Patterson, which I am, from the ghetto. If I end up hanging out with people that are African American, maybe a little bit of Patterson is going to come out because then I could kind of relate to them. Mm-hmm. Let's say, for example, if I end up speaking to a demographic that's a little older, I'm going to speak with a higher set vocabulary instead of 5th grade English. I'm going to make sure that I am articulating my words properly. So you need to make sure you're adapting to your surroundings and being perspicacious about your environment.
Talking about adapting to your surroundings, you're a very stoic person, I would say, but you're also very funny. You're entertaining. Not in a funny, oh, you're a clown. Funny as in, if there's a dry moment in the room, you can say something that'll brighten someone's mood.
Yeah.
How do you think that has helped you with women?
Oh, it breaks the ice, man. It really breaks the ice. That's a good question. So what I try to do is, people tell me that I have this aura about myself that people become comfortable with me even when they first meet me in the first few minutes. And it's just practice putting myself out there, putting myself in situations where I literally need to network. Like, there's been times, bro, that I've gone on vacation by myself just to force myself out of my comfort zone. Like, I've gone on vacation by myself for my birthday, randomly throughout the year, to fuck. Like, literally, like, I've gone on vacation by myself purposely so I could practice these things. I'm gonna tell you one thing. So I remember my first vacation where I went to myself. I went to Cancun. Ooh. Yeah, the first thing you're gonna think is like, all right, it's pretty easy to pick up girls there. But the first thing you're gonna actually think about before you end up going to the club and start picking up girls is literally you start thinking about it. You're gonna go to the hotel, to the resort. Then what you're gonna do? You're gonna get stumped. Okay? So what I did was when I went there, I was like, all right, fuck, I'm really doing this. The hardest thing was to buy the ticket, by the way. That was the hardest thing. Once I bought the ticket, I was like, fuck it, I guess I'm doing it. So what I did was I dropped my bags inside my room, and I was like, you know what? Let me go to the pool, stand next to the bar, and obviously people are going to be coming up to the bar. I'm just going to introduce myself and take shots with everybody. Literally everybody. So that's exactly what I did. I went to the pool party. Everybody was just going to the bar, getting shots, getting drinks, whatever, and then leaving. I would literally introduce myself with every single person. I'm like, hey, man, you know, like I'm by myself. Hey, honey, how you doing? I'm literally by myself. Let's take a shot. I just want to kind of just meet everybody. What's your name? Da-da-da. What do you do? Where are you from? Da-da-da. They're from Canada. They're from this. They're from that. They're from Europe. Oh, I'm from Jersey. Oh, you're from the hood? Yes. So, you know, whatever. Like, you just start picking, and then you end up just taking shots with them. And then you just network like that. You just start conversation like that. I kid you not, within 12 hours, I end up the next day going to the buffet for breakfast, and I feel like I'm the popular kid in high school. You know how like you go to a cafeteria and then everybody's literally asking you to kind of sit with them, what you're gonna do? Bro, that was me. I'm by myself in Cancun in a different country. I'm inside the buffet, and they're like, yo, Brian, you know, are we down for tonight? Yes, yeah. We're gonna hit La Vaquita. We're gonna hit the club. Blah, blah, blah. Yo, bro, are we down for lunch? Yeah, bro, we're gonna go for down. Bro, I'm getting the whole crew of the Canadians, the whole crew of Germans. Everybody, Uruguayans. Everybody's telling me, all right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. You know, it's literally little things like that where you just kind of like start practicing how to share your story. You know, you're almost like, you know, it's funny. I have a girl, a shocker. And I always make fun of her because whenever we're in an elevator or whenever we are meeting someone, because she helps me out with my business. That's what you're supposed to do, by the way. That's some sauce. She always has an elevator pitch. Within 5 minutes, she will tell the other person that she's meeting literally what she does for a living. How does she do it? What's her passion? What's her long-term goals? What's her short-term goals? Like, it's crazy. Like, she has an elevator pitch and she literally utilizes every single word exactly the same every single time. And I make fun of her. But, like, you actually think about it. Whenever you network, it's basically the same thing. Like, we have short attention spans. So if I'm rubbing shoulders with you and all of a sudden you meet me, I need to literally share my story once I grab your attention within the first 3 minutes, or else I lose you. You know what I'm saying? So that was a great practice that, you know, I received in Cancun when I ended up going on vacation. So if you are financially stable when you have the possibility, or if you have the possibility to go on vacation by on your own, yo, bro or sis, like, go for it, because you'll actually learn a lot about yourself. Number one, learn how to be by yourself. Number two, and number three, learn how to network and speak to different demographics of people.
Fire.
I mean, let me ask you a question, bro, because that's how a podcast is. You know, so tell me how you got into the exotic car business, bro, because I remember
crazy story.
The first few times I hung out with you, bro, all of a sudden you threw me the keys of your McLaren, and you're like, yo, bruv, fucking drive it around Miami, do your thing, fucking press the engine. I was like, yo, what the fuck, man? So, like, it was a privilege driving your McLaren, number one. Number two, it was a privilege you trusting me with your McLaren. But number three, I was always curious, like, how you got into the exotic car business.
Crazy story. So moved to Miami. At this point, I only had my marketing agency. My marketing agency, all I had to do is stay inside and hit people up, cold call people, take calls. Eventually I got to a point where I had someone running my business. So all I had to do was talk to the high tier clientele that I had. So anyone else, I would have someone else, you know, talk to them here and there. So I had so much free time. So I'd always go out, like you're saying. I would try to go out, network with people, talk to new people. I live in downtown Miami, right in front of the Heat Arena. These were all high net worth individuals that lived in this building, because you had to have, you know, money just to live here. So what I would do is go to a pool. this was right after a podcast. I went to the pool. I'm like, yo, let me just chill. It's the calm vibes. The people are still outside. I eventually was going to go back up to my room. So when I clicked the elevator, someone popped up, it opened. They were trying to go down, but I was trying to go up. But they didn't live there. They were doing Uber. It was, Uber Eats.
Yeah.
So they couldn't get down. I don't know why the lobby button wasn't working, but I maybe it's because I was trying to go up. So I was like, oh, nah, bro, you're good. Like, I'll let you go. So I sat there for like maybe 10 seconds because usually it takes 10 seconds for the elevator to go.
Yeah.
It didn't go because I clicked it again. It opened. He's there again. I'm like, yo, what's going on? I'm like, all right, well, bro, let me hit my, buzz you and then click lobby. I buzzed him, click lobby. I sat there for another 10 seconds. And I clicked it and he's there. I'm like, all right, my bad, bro. Maybe I'm clicking it too quick. So I buzzed him again, clicked lobby, and I sat there for 30 seconds. I clicked it again. He's still there. I'm like, all right, so maybe this is like a sign that I need to be in this elevator with you or to talk to you. So I'm like, let me just hop in this elevator. We're just talking in the elevator because I don't like awkward silence. Again, I'm trying to network. It doesn't matter if you're a janitor or a CEO, bro. I want to talk to you.
Exactly.
So I'm glad I did talk to him. So we got into the elevator. We just tried to nub. Oh, my name is, Leo. I'm like, oh, my name is Basil. Nice to meet you, brother. What do you do for a living? Oh, yeah, I have a podcast and I also own a marketing agency. He's like, oh, again, everyone likes to talk about themselves. So I was like, I'm just talking about myself. He was like, yo, that's so cool, bro. Can you mind like sitting down in the lobby with me and talking about more? I was like, yo, why not? Eventually, I find out that he helps the founder of the luxury rental company get girls for yachts and stuff like that. I had the podcast so I could help him get girls from the podcast to go on the yachts. He's saying connect. So he's like, yeah, there's this rich Albanian guy. He has cars, etc., etc. I'm like, cool, bet. Let's connect so I can get girls easy. That's light.
Yeah.
Yacht party comes around. Every girl canceled. It started raining and it was this nighttime. I couldn't get more girls. I had 11 girls cancel on me, so I had 0 girls, and they had a high tier clientele on that yacht, and that's why they needed the girls. So I fucked up. I looked terribly bad. So I said, yo, next party you have, next event you have, to the Albanian guy, let me get girls for you for free. You don't have to pay anything. I just want to show you that like I apologized. I made you look bad. Now I want to make you look good.
Right.
So he invited me to the next huge corporate event they had.
Okay.
This is only corporate guys. I'm like, huge event.
Yeah.
There was only 11 guys there.
Wow.
And these are, corporate, men.
Right. Middle-aged?
Yeah, middle-aged.
Okay.
Or 50, up to like 50s.
Yeah.
They were the lamest guys ever.
Right.
Lamest guys. They told me only to get 10 girls. I pulled up with 40. 40 girls. They were, they got a noise complaint, right? Because there was that many girls and shit like that. So I look like the G because all the girls are saying, yo, like, Basil invited me. Every guy was like, yo, who invited you? Like, how did you get here? Every girl was like, oh, Basil. So then I knew every guy in the party because they would all come up to me.
Right.
And then I would say, yeah, like, I work for Clint, the founder of Lux Miami, plug. And yo, after that, Clint was, obviously now Clint's the G because Clint brought the girls, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, that, like you were saying, you want to make them feel like, they're at the top. So that's what I did. I made him feel at the top. Lux Miami just brought all these girls here. So now everyone wants to work with him. Now he started working with me. He let me do the marketing. Cool. I did the marketing, then he let me, buy in, have part of the company. So now I got part of the company just by doing that simple thing. That I was providing him free value after I fucked up.
Yeah.
And he still paid me that night because obviously now he's the G of that night. So he's like, cool, I'm gonna do that. So that's how I got into, the luxury rental company. Crazy story, but shit happened. And now I enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Now I do yachts, I do villas, now I do private jets. It's fun. I get to go to events, drive supercars. I'm 21 in Miami. Like, I get invited to events. I go out to clubs for free. It's amazing.
Yeah, bro. I mean, what's insane is that, not many people, especially now, provide free value so that they can eventually kind of step up the ladder of success. You know, they feel entitled, saying, oh, you know what, I know my value, I'm gonna charge you XYZ because I don't have experience, I don't have a good resume. However, we're exchanging time and I want to exchange it for money, when you should be offering free value so that us higher set individuals could just be like, you know what, this person gave me free value, or gave us free value. He is an asset and I cannot afford to lose him, so I'm going to pay him so we could keep him. Because then that asset ends up having leverage. That asset will say, hey Brian, I want XYZ. Oh, you can't do it? All right, I'll move on. However, if I depend on all the value and all the overvalue that he end up or she end up giving me, I'm gonna fucking bend over backwards to fucking keep that person. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what happened to you.
Definitely, brother.
You know, so I
That's
mean,
the power of networking.
you know, just providing free value or even just connecting someone to someone else is something valuable. You know what I mean? That's insane. And now you're doing you said private jets?
Yeah, private jets, brother. I got to that status, you know,
Shit.
bro, talking to billionaires.
Billionaires.
Bro, I at least talk to a billionaire every 3 months, you know. I'm 21. I just want to remind you, I'm 21 talking to billionaires every 3 months like it's casual, you know, talk. Like I'm not talking about no crazy shit. Matter of fact, one billionaire put me on the craziest type of game. He said, yo, I don't walk around with cash. He said, come here. Went to the Cullinan because we were renting a Cullinan to him. He opened the trunk. He opened the briefcase. Pokemon cards worth 13 million. $13 million of Pokemon cards. He said, that's my cash. I'm like, the fuck? He was like, yeah, bro, like I can't get taxed on this. And guess what? All us rich guys love having some type of collection.
Yeah.
Having, you know, some type of something that's fun on the side. So this is our type of, you know, this is our money. I'm
That's
like, hold
insane.
on.
How old is he?
This kid was like a 24-year-old actually.
Shit.
24-year-old. I'm like,
that.
hold on. How you that's the next one. I was like, how you a billionaire? He said, so my dad, damn, I don't know if I should say this story. It's fucking, I'm unfiltered. It's fucking. Hopefully don't go bad. So they create every fucking casket in the world.
Casket?
Like any funeral, you know, casket
Yeah,
for
yeah,
funerals.
yeah.
Every casket is under there. You know how like companies will be under another.
Right.
They are the main manufacturer of all like caskets.
Wow.
I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. Like, so when it doesn't matter what company, they all come to us. I'm like, oh, so that's how you. And he's like, yeah. So my dad lets me run the company. I'm like, oh shit, okay.
That's crazy,
So
dude.
you're up. He's like, yeah, I'm about to go to a business meeting. And one of the guys there's like Pokemon cards. So you know, my dad said give him 13 million Pokemon cards.
Yo, you know what's crazy? I was just having this conversation with Alex downstairs, and I was talking about how I ended up stumbling upon something I love doing, which is fitness, personal training. You know, like that's something I love doing and working as. However, I'm trading time for money, so I ended up looking elsewhere, different avenues for income. Like I ended up transitioning into online coaching. I ended up transitioning into ATMs. I'm transitioning into masterminds. I'm transitioning into real estate now. So what's insane is that like, it's not the fact that you want to do what you love, because that's some Cinderella bullshit that women will end up pushing. Like women have the privilege to do that, and that's not a knock to them. Like, you know, if they want to change the world and teach the younger generation, like, you know, little kids, like for example teachers, that's great, that's amazing. But us men, we can't really do that because that does not pay as much. So we need to find what we're really good at by trying and doing different things, finding out what we're really good at, and then trying to mass produce that item. So I found that I'm really good at personal training, and I love personal training. However, I do not love, let's say, ATMs. I'm sure that billionaire does not love caskets. When he touched a casket, he did not fall in love with the fucking wood.
Fact.
He felt, I'm sure his father ended up finding out, you know, people die every day. Maybe I could start a business about people dying.
Shit.
Like, it is what it is. Like, it's, you know, like, you need to expose, you know, little holes in the system where, you know, like, maybe you could just profit off of it. And he profited off of caskets. I'm sure he doesn't love wood. He doesn't love caskets. He doesn't love death. You know, but everybody deals with it. So he could, you know, expose that. You know. Now, I exposed fitness because I'm a specialist in booty building. Every girl wants to build a booty. I also exposed the fact that everybody wants to lose fat. Everybody wants to tone, which is technically fat loss. You know, now more than 50% of men and women are obese. Who doesn't want to fucking lose fat? I'm exposing, you know, a negative there in the world.
What is your biggest obstacle? What has been your biggest obstacle? And what would you have done differently?
What, in my business?
Yeah.
In fitness, my biggest obstacle, I think the easy answer would be COVID. Oh, I mean the vid. I'm sorry, the vid. I think the vid.
I'm not monetized anyways.
I think the vid was the biggest obstacle because it was a lot of uncertainty, and that this was around the time where I decided to go online. You know, online coaching.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wasn't really an advocate or a fan of online coaching because I always thought, you know what, every person is gonna want someone with them in person. You know, no one could be accountable, and it was just the lack of my knowledge, and I wasn't educated. You know, there's different ways to make someone accountable through online coaching or through an app. You know, so I have a lot of incentives to keep my clients accountable. But going back to your question, I was never a huge fan or an advocate to it. But with COVID, I realized, I was like, you know what? The world is getting digital. I cannot, all the gyms are closed. I cannot train people in person. There needs to be a way where I could still make a living. And I cannot be just collecting unemployment, you know, for the rest of my life. So I pivoted and I ended up transitioning into online coaching. And online coaching, you know, with a lot of trial and error, I ended up coming up with different ways to keep my clients accountable and different incentives to keep my clients responsible to achieving their goals. You know, and I so to answer your question, I think it was a vid, man, because that literally just made me broaden my horizons with my fitness company. You know, I was one-dimensional and I made it three-dimensional.
Brian, thank you for being here. Do you have any closing statements for any men or women that might be watching this?
Guys, Basil, it was a pleasure. No, wait, hold on. Number one, before I put my plugs in, man. Listen, I always come here with gifts, man. This is a special gift
Appreciate
for you,
brother.
All right.
So I open it up.
Yeah, open it up. We're on camera, bro. Why not? So I end up giving you, you know, a pocket square because you're always on some fly shit. I know you're dressed down right now, you know, but I feel like you always have a suit. And you're always rocking some dope ass colors, bro. So I have to put some pocket squares in you.
Jeez, that's hard, bro. That's hard.
You know, that's hard. I also gave you a towel, a high quality towel, because I see you hitting the gym more often.
Yeah, got to. I'm trying to get those gains in now, bro. I need 6-pack by the end of the year. I need to. Everyone on the Unfiltered team needs to have a 6-pack by the end of the year.
Well, listen, if they need some help with training or their diet, you know, they know who to help.
Yo, you have towels?
Yeah, bro.
You have like a shop? Hold on. You have like a Abarca fitness shop?
I do not, man. I do not. You know, like, you know what I do? I end up giving out my merch to only my clients, and that's my marketing. But I'm starting to realize that I'm having a lot of fans that are requesting merch. So
shit, me, bro.
That's good. That's gonna be maybe an add-on that, you know, if I find the time between, you know, my mastermind and and networking with my Aston Martin, bro. Like I have a lot of things on my table, bro. You know what I'm
So I
saying?
got the Aston Martin shit. I'm outside now.
You know,
I'm outside.
bro. All I'm trying to do is just network, just go on the clubs, go out to restaurants, 5-star restaurants, go out to lounges, and really just rub elbows with the higher ends, bro.
Be honest, is it a low key, flex though? You know what I mean? You hop out that shit and you're like,
Bro,
fuck,
I'm not gonna lie, man. It puts a smile on my face every time I go to my garage. I used to drive, no big deal, an X5 comp. You know what I mean? Like it's not a big deal. Like,
but this is your daily though. This Aston Martin's your daily driver, right?
Yeah, it's my daily.
Bro, I'm telling you, when you go to the grocery store, I felt it.
It's
I
nice,
felt it
bro.
in the McLaren, so I know.
It's nice, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Roll back to the Aston Martin. They're like, God.
Yo,
damn.
bro, it gives me a little bit of a responsibility to always look good as well. Like I never slip, but now it's like, yo, I can't just wear sweats inside the Aston. I gotta at least wear some slacks every single time, even if I go to fucking ShopRite. You know what I mean? Which I don't. But like if I'm out and about and I'm hitting the mall or whatever the case may be, I need to always look
fresh.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You always look fresh. I never seen you not look fresh, bro.
Bro, see, it's just a rep, man. So yeah, man, and then obviously some Abarca Fitness gear. I got my season 4 T-shirt here. For the fam, bro.
Yo, I'm telling you, this is like fucking
bro,
Virgil colors,
dude. For some reason, that sandstorm color is popular
I saw you wearing it the other day, and yo, it goes with your skin tone, bro. But just imagine, yo, you could really rock this with some black slacks.
And black slacks. Yeah.
Even with bro, if I do this on, bro, it would look clean. All you gotta do is tuck it in, bro. It looks bro.
Yeah, bro.
Have a little belt. Yeah, appreciate you, bro.
Well, of course, brother. Of course. So this is what it is, man. Basil's my brother. I obviously have to spoil him with some gifts, for the invite coming from all the way from New Jersey. Let you guys know. Follow me on the Brian Abarca. That's my Instagram tag for my personal, my lifestyle, fighting, cars, changing lives, etc. My mastermind and my everyday things. And then if you want to follow my fitness page, my professional page, it's Abarca, my last name ABARCA.fitness. That's my Instagram business page. If you want to look at the 100+ transformation that I have in the span of over 10 years of training, my online coaching, some diet tips, and some free workouts that I give you guys. I give you guys some free sauce. I mean, I feel like this whole podcast was just free sauce, bro.
No, it really was. You were just dropping bangers. But I'm telling y'all, his mastermind is even better.
Yeah, bro.
It's
gonna be some sauce, man. And listen, when I push it out, I'm gonna give you guys the luxury of having the opportunity to purchase on a low ticket price before it goes on a high ticket price, but only limited to 5 people.
When are you dropping it?
Oh man, bro. Probably, you know what? It's probably gonna be sometime in December, man. Because I'm a giver, man. It's Christmas.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's when people
come do like Poppy Santa Claus. You know what I mean?
That's when people want to spend money. So I'm like, yo, fuck it. It's a business move. At the end of the day, I'm a businessman. So follow the Brian Abarca on Instagram. Follow Abarca.fitness, and also follow my podcast, season 4, starting in December. I'm announcing it now. This is the first time I'm announcing it. YouTube channel A-Bar-Cast. It's a play on with my last name since it's Abarca, and that's pretty much it.
Can I get an invite for this season?
Bro, listen, I literally said it earlier today. I'm flying you up for not an Avengers, because another podcast did an Avengers episode, but
did they?
Bro, this is the Justice League.
That's even better, bro.
Bro, I'm a Batman fan, bro.
Damn, okay. I feel bad that I just said it's better because I'm a Marvel fan.
Bro, listen, Batman, Superman, Flash,
shit.
Martian. Come on, bro.
Let me not be a hater. I'll be part of that. I want to be part of that Justice League.
Listen, the movies is trash, but listen, the comics, bro, you can't. I grew up with daddy issues. Batman grew up with daddy issues, bro. Come on, bro.
It's gonna feel good to be back.
Bro, it's gonna be the Justice League episode, bro. And that's gonna be season 4. Stay tuned for that. And that's pretty much it, man. Those are my plugs. And stay tuned for my mastermind for personal trainers if you're a personal trainer out there, man.
Yo, I appreciate you for coming again.
Of course, brother.
Nice ass interview. I'll see
dude.
y'all in the next one.
Thank you, guys.
If you're the smartest person in the room, you got an issue. You know what I mean? You're hanging around a bunch of dumb people then. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be the smartest people in the person in the room. I don't mind being around people that can speak better than me. You know, and I speak well.
100%.
You know, so I learn from them. I learn from Hector. I'm learning from you. I'm learning from King. Just seeing y'all how y'all do everything live, and it's like y'all are talented. It takes talent to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's easy to be in a camera, and you know when you're just by yourself and there's no pressure or nothing like that, and you can edit out mistakes and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to do that. To be live and to have people like really sitting there critiquing what you're saying, that takes talent. And to speak fluently, consistently, and not run out of stuff to say, that takes talent. So I salute to y'all, and I've learned from y'all just in the short little 2 days that I've been with you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. So going back to my question, I'll make it a little more short. What do you think is better?